and answer session. So, question number 1. What is the primary difference for using an inclusion list to trigger tandem mass spec data during large-scale sample analysis as opposed to the AcquireX workflow?
Hi, this is Seema. For a large-scale workflow, the major benefit of AcquireX is that you can automatically generate your inclusion list. You do not need to do a previous run with offline analysis. You can just set up your method and the instrument will generate the inclusion list based on your sample of interest. Does that answer?
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Seema. So the next question that one of our attendees is wondering is how much resolution is really needed to help determine chemical formula when the product ion spectra is not in the database?
So I think, is Tim, are you taking that?
Yeah, if you don't mind. There's a couple of different things that we can use the increased resolution for. If we think of just the MS1 data, the higher the resolution goes, both the better we are at actually doing feature detection, but we can also get access to fine isotopic information. So we can see the presence of a sulfur atom by looking at the sulfur 34 isotope, or the presence of nitrogen in our unknown based on the nitrogen isotopes. This is also true in the fragmentation data. So if we're looking at a case where we have fragmentation data of MS2 or MSN on a completely unknown compound, having high resolution MS2 data can give us information on the elemental composition of fragment ions as well. And that information can be fed back up into making a better elemental composition.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Tim. So next question is the ion tree data acquisition significantly different than a product ion-rich tandem mass spec spectrum? That is, increasing the collision energy for tandem mass spec fragmentation may generate the same fragments. Will this work?
So you could generate them. For example, if you're doing a higher energy collision dissociation, you can get multiple generation of product ions. However, when you do an ion tree, you are isolating your precursor, and then you are generating the fragments, which is followed by another round of where you're isolating a particular fragment, which is then followed by fragmentation. So this way, the ion tree generation allows you to tie in the product ions with the precursor, which allows you more information for structural characterization.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay, so another one of our attendees was wondering, can AcquireX be used on older Q Exactive instruments?
We have introduced AcquireX on the Orbitrap IDX, so it is available at present on our Orbitrap IDX instruments only. Okay, so next question. Your examples tend to be compounds that charge in positive mode. Could you comment on how Mass Frontier is being updated to work with compounds that charge in negative mode and or APCI?
Sure. The prediction of both the prediction of fragmentation in negative mode, which I think is maybe where this question is coming from, but also construction of libraries in negative mode are both things that we've been focusing on. The release version of Mass Frontier 8.0, which is coming up very soon, has a large expansion of the fragmentation prediction library. So for those of you who are not familiar with Mass Frontier, it actually uses a built-in database, a library of reference fragmentation mechanisms from published literature. That's been expanded in this current version. And the expansion was specifically to kind of improve the negative mode fragmentation. So that will help with prediction and annotation in negative mode. And a lot of that also leverages what we learned from building the empty cloud library where positive and negative mode data are acquired on all compounds, depending on whether or not they will ionize.
Fantastic. Well, I think that's unfortunately all we've got time for